The next topic will be working with functions and charts. What do you mean by functions? Functions is nothing but it's a formulas which we are going to use in the OpenOffice Calc. So functions are formulas. So the formula should start with the equal symbol that we had already learned. So in OpenOffice Calc we have more than 350 functions under 11 categories. So underline that line in page number 134. So OpenOffice Calc has more than 350 functions under 11 categories. So functions are predefined formula. So what do you mean by functions? Functions are nothing but the predefined. What do you mean by predefined? Predefined means what? Predefined means already created formula. While developing OpenOffice Calc, some of the functions, that is nearly 350 formulas are defined. That is called predefined formulas already available. So that's why already available, that's why it is called a predefined formula. They are used to perform several frequently done calculations. Every function has a unique name. Unique name means say every function has a special name, a single name, and a prototype. Prototype means nothing but the syntax, otherwise it's a expression. Functions are categorized according to their functionality. For example, the functions such as sum, average, sine, cos, etc. are categorized as mathematical functions. So based on their functionalities, they are categorized. In OpenOffice Calc, we have 11 categories. Under these 11 categories, we have more than 350 formulas. Then how do you inserting functions into worksheet? So we have two methods. One is directly we are inserting the method. Method means nothing but the formulas. Otherwise using function wizard method. So one is directly inserting the method, otherwise using the function wizard method. The direct insert method. How do you directly insert your formula? So the first one, if you know the function name and its syntax. So if you know the function name and its syntax, it can be directly typed in any. So if you know the function's name and its syntax, it can be directly typed in any cell of your worksheet. So if you are already known about the function name and its syntax, general form. Syntax means nothing but the general form of the function. You can directly type that function. For example, sum is the most frequently used function to add a set of values. So the syntax of the sum is, here you see, the syntax of the sum is equal to, your formula should start with equal to symbol. After that, the sum is the function name, and within the bracket you have to specify the range value from this to this cell address to that cell address. So range 1 comma range 2, range 1 semicolon range 2 range 3, like that up to range n. So if you want to know the sum of the values in A1, A2, A3, A4 and in A5, place your cell pointer in A5 and directly type the formula as follows. In case you want to add the 4 values which are available in the cell address A1, A2, A3 and A4. So after adding these values, you have to place it in the cell address A5. So after adding these 4 values, that is from A1 to A4, you have to place the adding value, the total sum value in the A5 cell. Means you have to, how do you insert the formula? You have to first place the cursor pointer, otherwise cell pointer in A5. Then in A5 you have to type the formula equal to sum within the bracket A1. A1 is the starting cell address. A1 is the starting cell address and A4 is the ending cell address. So within this you have to specify the colon mark. In case if you want to add A1, then semicolon A2, then semicolon A3, like that also you have to specify. But if you want to specify only starting cell address and ending cell address, means that should be separated with the colon mark. So equal, you see the syntax here, equal sum. Equal is the, every formula should start with the equal symbol, so that should be must. Then sum is your function name, then your range value is A1 to A4, the starting value is A1, then separated by colon, then A4, that should be specified within the brackets. Okay, after you type this syntax, you have to press enter key. Fourth point you see, you have to press the enter key. Here you see the syntax, equal symbol, then for sum is the function name, then A1 is the first cell address, then A2 is the, A4 is the last cell address, then that colon is the function argument. Then the second method is using function wizard method. How do you use function wizard method? Either you have to click the icon from the toolbar, otherwise go to insert menu and select function, or Ctrl plus F2. You can invoke or enable the function wizard by three methods. One is you can simply clicking the function wizard icon in the formula bar. Function wizard f of x function wizard is available in the formula bar, that you can double click and open function wizard. Otherwise go to insert menu, select function, or Ctrl plus F2 option. Here you have 11 categories. Okay, the function wizard has two tabs. One is functions and shortcuts. In functions tab, the list of categories are available. Here you see, it's not a shortcut, it's a structure. So in this dialog box you have two tabs. One is a function tab, another one is a structure tab. So if you click the function tab, it will show the category and the corresponding their functions. Here what are the categories you have? You have 11 types of categories: database, date and time, financial, information, logical, mathematical, array, statistical, spreadsheet, text and added. But normally we are using only mathematical functions. In your 11th standard we are using only two functions. One is sum function, another one is power function. That's all. That two comes under mathematical categories. So under category you have to select the mathematical. So if you enable mathematical category, then the available functions will be enabled under the function drop down list box. From there you are going to select only the power option. Power option means we are going to find out the power value. 5 to the power 2, that is 25, otherwise 2 to the power 2, that is 4, something like that we are going to calculate the power value. So if you select any particular category, the function list box functions which belongs to the selected category. If all is selected under category, all functions in the calc is displayed in the alphabetical order. Otherwise if you select mathematical means it will display only the mathematical functions. When you select a function, the function wizard shows the function name, syntax and small description about the function on the right side of the dialog box. Here you see. Once again. So inserting a function using function wizard. The following steps explains how to insert a power function in a cell. So the first one about power function. What is the purpose of power function? It is used to find out the power value. That's all. 25 square means 25 square, 5 square, 2 square, something like that. So in the syntax of power is power, inside the bracket what are the values you have to provide? Base value and the exponent value. Okay, is it okay? Power value inside the bracket you have to give the base value and the exponent value. So both base and exponents are arguments. In calc, arguments are separated by semicolon, underline, deadline. In calc, arguments are separated by semicolon. So how do you insert in worksheet? First in cell A2 type the base value 25, then cell B2 type the exponent value 2. Move the cell pointer to C2. A2 you have to type base value, then B2 you have to type the exponent value, then C2 you have to find the result. So click f of x icon in the formula bar, otherwise insert function. Otherwise Ctrl plus F2. This is used to invoke the function wizard dialog box. So pull down category list box, choose mathematical, and under mathematical list you have to, here you see, so pull down the category box, you have to select mathematical. Under mathematical you have the power function, you have to select the power function. So scroll the functions list and select power function and click the next button. The next button, here you have to specify the base value and the exponent value. So click on the cell which contains the base value A2. Then again you have to click maximize button to display full wizard. Okay, that's all. Then you have to directly type the exponent cell address. So B2, in B2 only you have to type the exponent cell address. That cell address you have to type and repeat the step 7, 8 and 9. Then after entering the base and exponent cell reference, the function wizard appears shown in the figure. Here the function result, it shows 625. You see in the first line that arrow mark function result, it shows 625. The formula is power of a2 semicolon then b2. So a2 contains the base value 25, then b2 contains the exponent value 2. So 25 square, then the result to the formula is 625. So in the formula box displays the syntax of the function with the input values, and result box displays the result values. If the result is correct, click OK button, else click back button to display the previous page of this wizard. Then one more method is inserting the functions using function wizard with the direct values. The last one, we are only giving the cell address A2. Here you see A2 and B2, we are giving only the cell address. Instead of giving the cell address A2, you have to give the base value. Directly you have to give the base value 25. Then the exponent value will be 2. Then that also you can get the answer. Okay. So here you see, instead of giving base value A2, we can give the direct value 25, and instead of giving the exponent value B2, you can give the exponent value 2. Then also you can get the result. Then working with the charts. So how do you work with what do you mean by chart? Chart, it's a graphical representation. Okay. So it is a graphical representation, the easy way to understand your data. Okay. In 10th standard you can draw the graphs. Okay. I think you use that graph. Okay. So working with the chart, one of the most important features of spreadsheet is the ability to create charts based on the numeric data. The charts are used to present data in an easy manner. Creating charts is the key factor of the success of spreadsheet. So in spreadsheet, it's a successful component is a creating chart. OpenOffice Calc provides a chart wizard to create and manipulate charts. So how do you create a chart? First, the method is chart wizard is used to insert charts in the calc. How you insert function using function wizard, like that you have to use the chart wizard to insert the charts. Chart wizard can invoke by clicking chart icon from standard toolbar or insert chart. The chart wizard appears as shown in figure. So chart wizard dialog box have 4 steps. First one, we have to select the chart type. Second one, data range. Third one, we have to specify the data series. Fourth one, we have to specify chart elements and click the next button. First one, you have to select the chart type. So this is the chart wizard. Here choose your chart type. So column chart means column, bar means bar, pie chart, area, line, XY chart, bubble chart, net, stock and column and line. So there by default it will be enable the column chart. So you have to choose your chart type. Then second one, you have to the 3D look. Here you see the style of the chart type. So you have 3D look, shape, box, cylinder, cone and pyramid. Here you have to select your style. Then data range. Data range means from which data to which data you have to represent as a chart. So that range from A2 to E2, otherwise A2 to G2, something like that. So you have to specify your data range in the data range value. Here you see data range. The absolute cell reference address we have to give. So in sheet 2 from A1 to E1, E11 we have to specify. In your textbook example, the data range will be A1, $A, $1 means it's a A1 from sheet 2 $A1 to $E11 from A1 from cell address A1 to from cell 2 cell address E11 we have to prepare the chart. Then data series in rows or data series in columns. So either we have to select any one, data series in rows or data series in column. The next one, in this step the user can fine tune the data to be included in the chart. If you don't want to include any column, click the column name list data series box and click on remove button. Here you see data series, you have to give the data series you have to select column. If you don't want any column means here you have add or remove button. Either if you don't want to column means you have to press the remove button. Otherwise if you want to add a column means you have to give the add button. Then next one, chart element. Chart element means nothing but you have to give the title and subtitle of your chart elements. Then you have to give the name for x-axis and your y-axis. So here the next result will show you have to give the name for title and subtitle, then x-axis name, y-axis name, then z-axis name. Then you have to press the finish button. Then you can create a chart. So user can add or modify labels of label means nothing but x-axis name and y-axis name. To create chart, click the finish button. Demo for creating a chart. So if you want to create a chart, that is from A1 to F11. Here you see step 1, A1 to F11. So type the data content in the worksheet. So you have to type, first you have to type the content, then select A1 to F11. Okay, then go to chart wizard, select column, chart type is column, then select your style, 3D look style, then define your data range. Data range is here A1 to 11. Then select data series in column, then data series. If you want to, same procedure, if you want to add a column means you have to click add button, otherwise if you don't want to add a column means you have to click the remove button. Then you have to give the title and subtitle to your chart elements. So title, subtitle and x-axis value and y-axis value. Then after inserting chart, any element to the chart can be modified. After inserting any chart elements, you can modify. Just double click on the element, otherwise right click or select format from the pop-up menu. Then here you have to give your title, subtitle. So title is rainfall details, that is rainfall details. Then subtitle is during 2010. Then x-axis is districts. Then y-axis is rainfall in millimeter. Then you have to click finish button. Then your output will be like this. Here title is rainfall details, the subtitle is during 2010. Then your x-axis is district. Then y-axis will be rainfall in mm. So like this you can insert the chart in your worksheet. Now a format axis dialog box appears. Here you can text orientation means what, you can your text direction, either it is in vertical or horizontal, something like that you can specify your text direction. Okay, then the text orientation spin box type as 90 degree or click and drag the text direction animated handle. Click OK. Now the chart will be shown in figure 7.62. Okay, the chart will be like this. So this one is in vertical, that is your x-axis, the district names Chennai, Coimbatore, Kadalur, Dharmaburi, that all in the text direction is in 90 degree. Then September, October, November, December, that is the total and the rainfall in millimeter or in the horizontal direction, that is in 180 degree. So the next topic will be sorting, filtering and page setup.